Hi, friends. So much has happened since I recorded my last video Friday morning. This is Monday morning, September the 30th, 2024. Uh, Hurricane Helene blew through our area and we were without power, cell service. We're still without cell service. Um, but power's back, and so that's pretty awesome. Um, I wanted to thank you all for the thoughts, the prayers. So many of you have reached out, and I am really, really grateful. Community is so very important. I know we're a loosely connected whistle community, or a loosely connected community around the whistle. And some of us are developing friendships, and I am so thankful. Our area of Northeast Tennessee, we're up in that upper corner of Tennessee. Helene blew through, and it was even storming as I was recording Friday morning's video. And we knew it was going to be bad, but I don't know if we knew how bad it was going to be. Um, we probably had a few inches of rain a couple of days before Friday, and then um, Friday we had at least 6.5, and that was minimal for the area. And the winds started kicking up, and power went out, and that's when the flooding started, and trees started falling, and local tree fell and took out multiple power lines, and damaged an apartment building, and just trees all over the streets. Then in the area, we started having raging rivers, because we have a lot of rivers and springs around, which is a blessing, but also a danger because we're a very hilly area with a lot of valleys, and the communities are in the valleys. Just 10 minutes from us, there's a little town called Elizabethton, Tennessee, that the local river just started flooding, and it flooded the hospital, and people had to be evacuated, and people were cut off, and the hospital, they had to get everybody out of the hospital. Um, 15 minutes south of us is another small town that hospital had to be evacuated, and the river was raging, and it washed away part of a major highway, and just ripped through the town. And there were some beautiful winding roads along the river that were at the base of a hill. Well, those roads aren't there anymore. It's been pretty tragic, really. So there was one town south of us, a couple of towns just south of us, that were completely cut off. They had to use helicopters to bring in supplies to them, and people were trying to escape the storm, leaving a factory, and the vehicle they were attempting, it was a large tractor trailer, flatbed, I think, they were attempting to escape on, was just washed away. It's very sad, and people at hillside started collapsing, and houses washed down the hill. Family members of friends and friends of friends are unaccounted for. It's just horrible. But then I think of all those people, like Fred Rogers. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the home of Mr. Rogers, if you know him. Um, like he always says, look out for the helpers. Look for the helpers. Like I talked to the power line people, and as they were working till 2:30 every morning, and people came in from other states to help, and people are tirelessly flying supplies. Our church, other churches, other relief agencies, our foyer, that gathering area is just piles of food and water being brought in, and people open their buildings like we'd open our church. Come take a shower, hang out. We've got lights, we've got electricity, charger devices. Let's hang out together. Just so many people working effortlessly. Firemen on, helping out search and rescue. Volunteers just taking their chainsaws to open up roads and access to mountainous areas, and even even into towns. It's amazing to think of the countless people that have come to the area, who live in the area, who we're helping. Um, but the worst is that people have died, and families have lost loved ones, and friends have been lost. So pray for them. Thank you again for your care and concern. Cindy and I have been perfectly fine. We had food that was going to spoil, and so we had, neighbors gathered together, and we grilled food and chatted and got to know each other better. So it's a tragedy, but people step up in community. The tragedy's ongoing. Please continue praying for our community and the surrounding communities. Our community's not really devastated. It's been a hardship, but nothing terrible for us. But a mere 10, 15 minutes away, people have lost their lives and their homes, their possessions. And so continue praying for them. And thank you for when you step into helping in the face of tragedy. Thank you for being a community together, a community of support for me and my family. We'll talk soon. We'll play our whistles later today. Until then, this is Scott Shade. Thank you. Happy whistling, my friends. And thank you for reaching out in community and helping others.